right there. Said old school rap, but not about nature from back in the day. Anyways, good morning, good morning, good morning, boss fam. Good morning. It is almost June, y'all. End of the month. I am out here on a morning stroll. Had to drop my mom off at her appointment, and so just thought I'd just take a moment just to come on and just kind of talk about the game plan, right? What do we talk about? Customers. We need customers. We need customers. This is the end of May, and June is quickly approaching. June, July, August. It is about to go down, y'all. It is this year, 2024, has really been a year of people getting back out into the community, people moving around, companies are spending money again, and people are just out and going, and so it's a lot of money out here to be made. So just talking about thinking about, okay, what's the game plan? How are you going to get out here and get activated, get some things going in your life and in your business? Y'all might hear, I just got a you hear that rattling in the back? That is I just got a mechanic, a machine lift to lift up some machines, and I gotta go and take that to my storage. But back to the topic. So, how you gonna get some things going in life, right? And let's say you have a website or you don't have a website, you need to get some customers. I always say first thing is, if you do have a website or some type of form, it doesn't necessarily have to be a website. It could be anything that can be used as a lead magnet. A lead magnet is a form, a website, anything that collects data that brings customers to you or bring their information to you, right? So that then you can follow up on the lead and turn that prospective client into an actual client. And so you have to have some way that you're capturing things, right? This is 2024. You got to have a way that you're capturing information. It used to be a time when I would go from store to store and go out and do flyers and hand out people flyers, but I wasn't getting anything back, right? And so it was either that customer thought about, hey, I want them, and then they took immediate, I want to do business with her, and then they took immediate action to do business with me, or they threw a flyer in a drawer and forgot about me. Maybe 6-7 months later, they pulled the flyer out. Oh yeah, I remember her. Well, those days are gone. Those days, flyers can still work for certain events, but those days are pretty much gone, y'all. It's a lot of competition out here. So now we need something new. We want some kind of way that we can reach out to that customer. It's okay to have flyers, but you need to have some kind of way that you can reach out to them. Be it an advertisement on your vehicle that you could have with a QR code. Maybe they scan the QR code, and then once they scan it, they get some information, whether it be a chat bot on your website where they're keying in information, anything, social media, keying in information, any type of form that you can provide where people are keying in information, right? Okay, so we talked about that. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Cynthia. How you doing? So another thing is, you look and you say, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to just sit and wait on the phones to ring? Or am I going to be proactive and try to get the phones to ring, right? So what do when there are companies out here and there's businesses out here? That's why you want to build your form, right? You want to get these leads so that you're able to reach out to people. In times that, that business is slow, then that's the times that you want to be going down. I want to say the phone book, y'all, because, I want to say the phone book, but, we're going down the search engine, finding things, reaching out, saying, okay, well, today I'm going to go after nothing but gems. Let's say your thing is gems, and you like to do sublimation, right? Sublimation is good for gems. So I'm going to go after nothing but gems. I'm going to go after nothing but daycares. I'm going to go after nothing but schools. Right now I've been getting contacted by a lot of summer camps. Think summer camps, y'all. Summer camps, I'll tell y'all about summer camps and summer activities. Summer camps bring in money because they sell the summer camp packages, right? When your kids go to summer camps, then they get t-shirts. So a lot, and we're not talking about the rinky-dinky summer camps either. We talking about the big high-dollar private summer camps, okay? We talking about where you send your kids off and they over there for a couple of weeks and things. That's the kind of summer camps we're talking about. So think about things like that. You can reach out to those types of people. You have to specifically target those types of people. Target them by going to searching them on Google. I'm big on Google, doing searches, searching for them on there, following them on Instagram, Facebook, even going over and following people over on LinkedIn, businesses. If you want to get into corporate printing, businesses and corporations that you may see, a lot of times I may stroll around and I say, okay, I see this area and I want to get some business from over there, right? From this, I'll map out. Y'all haven't seen my video on zip code marketing. Go out and check out the video. Go check out the video on the page on zip code marketing. That's where you go out. You find the zip code that you want to target, right? And then within that zip code, find a neighborhood where the money is at. Find out where the $500,000 homes at. Those places. Find out if you're looking at industrial places. Let's say it's a zip code and it's nothing but, there's a place here that has nothing but industrial places, right? So let's say you go and you're strolling and you say, okay, hey, I'm gonna target this 4 mile radius or 4 blocks or whatever, and I'm ready to just write down the names of all those businesses, and then I go follow them all online, right? So you go and you follow all of those businesses. Good morning, sis. Hey, Renobia, how you doing? Haven't seen you on in a minute. We miss each other sometimes. I see you an early bird. So you go and you follow those types of businesses that you want to attract, right? And not only do you follow them, you have conversation with them. Every time that I do business with somebody, and that's the other thing, when you're doing business with people, you follow them and you interact with them. And the reason I'm telling you to follow them and interact with them is because, hey, let's say I did a business, so I did an event for Chick-fil-A, right? I want to keep Chick-fil-A. I want Chick-fil-A to keep Lady PB on their mind. So I follow Chick-fil-A. Whenever the people at Chick-fil-A and they post something, and every now and then I come on there and I say, hey, so and so and so, I like posts, because here's the thing. Don't just follow when you're following companies, right? Don't just follow the company's page. Follow the executives. Follow the people who are making the money. The people who are the advertising agencies, the advertising, the marketing person there, right? Follow those people. The person that you originally got a job from, follow that person personally, right? And comment on their stuff. Not all the time, because it can get weird. Like, it can get really, really fucking weird. So you don't want it to get weird, like where you're like stalking, following. But if they see you heart something every now and then, see you like something, see you say, hey, that post really touched me, that made my day. Because a lot of companies and things like that, they do shit different. Their posts are different than what we posting out here on the average, right? They'll do quotes and things like that from, famous people, or they'll say some stuff that really will help you in your business, things that really touch you. So I like not only just following them for the sake of, you know, me getting money, but actually for them, because it's kind of motivating to me when I see some of these companies doing things, right? So like when you look at, for example, when I look at Chick-fil-A, right, and I look at their I need to get some gas, y'all. When I look at Chick-fil-A and I look at their business philosophy, right, their model of thinking is pretty close, aligns with what I think, right? Their thing with women working and having this work life relationship where it's balance, a work life balance, right? That aligns with me, right? And so I want to do business with companies like that. So follow those types of companies. Reach out. A lot of people say, hey, I don't like reaching out, talking to people. You got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to talk to people. If I can talk to people with this country accent, y'all, and this dialect, then anybody can talk to folks, right? So you just have to be yourself, be your authentic self. And hopefully your authentic self, you got some common sense up in there. And you know, y'all know I'm a character, so don't go into that mode. You know, you have to keep it professional. But nothing wrong with reaching out, even showing up to events, attending things. Sometimes this week I'm getting out. I've got some places that I need to get out in Target. So tomorrow I'll be doing that. It's event season. If you are trying to break into that market to do events and get out, you know, Facebook has a lot of groups. I'm going to talk about vendor marketing, and I was scheduled to do a live on it. I've got the thumbnail ready, and I just have not had the time, y'all, because it's been so busy. Trying to get my schedule to where I'm actually a month out, right? Filling it up. And when I say like a month out, so this is June, I'm booked about half of the month, right? And when I say booked half of the month, it's like, okay, you want to book yourself out to where you got enough jobs to where you know that you can make it. That's going to pay your bills through the month. And then booked out doesn't mean that I'm completely booked, that I'm not taking any more orders. This month, up until like the 20th, I was just done for. I was like, no, I can't take any orders. That's how you want it to be. You want to get so booked and busy to where you want to be so booked and busy to where if a customer calls you, you can charge them that premium, and you can boost prices based up on that. There's a guy here in Dallas that has a screen print and embroidery shop. He's over in the design district. When I first started printing, his prices were off the chain. His prices was like way up there, way up there. And I used to say, damn, I wonder how he's making money, right? So, because his prices were so high, I was like, who's using him? I learned a lot from his business model, y'all, on how to set yourself apart from the crowd, right? And be a premium printer and be prestigious. I took a lot from him. My son even went and worked for him. I sent my son to go. And yes, it's treacherous out here. It's treacherous out here. When you want to know what you want to know, you got to do what you got to do. So sometimes you got to send the wolves in. So and that's what I did. I sent the wolf in to go see what was going on. And he came back and he told me, he said, Mom, he said, this guy, when you walk in, he thinks he's the shit. And, you know, and he was telling me about the different techniques that he was doing and the things that he was offering and the type of clientele that they were attracting. You attract the type of clientele that you want, right? So it's like your aura puts out that type of clientele. If you want to work with, you know, let's say you got people. I had a situation last what, 2 weeks ago, within a week or two ago or whatever, where I had a lady call me. The lady kept trying to belittle me, right? And I'm like, baby, look, I don't have time, and da da da. So I didn't say it like that, y'all, but y'all know when I get in my bougie mood. So anyway, I went there, and I just was kind of, hey, well, if this, I'm busy, I'm pretty much booked out this week, and I can get to you in such time. A lot of times people respect you. You'll find some people that they can't wait for you. But when you're booked out, people learn. It's a matter of training customers that they learn, oh, I can't just call this sister because I need shirts tomorrow. Right? You don't want to be that person that they call, I need shirts tomorrow. If they need shirts tomorrow, I do it all the time. Not tomorrow, like maybe 3 days. I'll do a 3-day rush now with DTF, because I have someone who'll do the printing same day. And I still quoted a week. But if you need it rushed, right, within a few days, I'm gonna charge you a premium price, because you have to look at it like this. You can't let your customers, their emergency on their end, it doesn't constitute an emergency on your part, right? It doesn't. If a company does not, if a company doesn't order shirts on time and they're flying to Dallas and they're doing something, it doesn't constitute an emergency on my part. What it does is it constitutes a rush order, a rush fee on my part, right? We can get it done for you. It's just now, because you were slow getting to the gate, we got to speed up. So in order for us to do that, we got to charge you a rush fee, right? And so you want to get your business to where you don't even have to, you say, okay, I don't have to take rush jobs, or I don't have to do anything. So y'all kind of take from that, and it's that time now, like you should be getting out, checking out stuff. Do an event just for, and this is what I'm going to tell y'all about events, right? When you start doing events, it's not always about the money. It's about putting your time in, getting the experience from doing it. Because a lot of people hit me up and they like, oh, I want to do this. I want to be like you. I want to do events. I want to do this. I want to do it. Damn, that's a big old tree in the yard. Y'all, we got trees down here like crazy. My brother still does not have power. My sister doesn't have power. Thank God me and Ken have power. So we're going to go and take my brother, our generator, over to his house this morning, because they're saying that they probably still won't have power for until Friday or Saturday. Renovia, you got power? Hey, Rochelle. Y'all have power here in Dallas? The people that are in Dallas? But yeah, so we had been having that. We've been going through some things. We was lucky out here. We lost a few tree limbs. We didn't lose much of anything over here. I was scared I hit the floor. But yeah, the weather has been bad. But back to what I was saying is, you have to make sure that you get out and try to get out and do some things. Speak to people. Markets, sometimes you do a little event, right? Let's say, now I'm not big on paying to go and sit up and do things. I'm not big on markets. Going out and paying to do markets. I'm gonna tell you guys in my video that's upcoming on how you can go and do vending for absolutely free, right? How you can do vending for free, and how you raise your profit margin by doing that, right? I'm gonna talk about that in my upcoming video. I need to put the thumbnail up, y'all. I probably won't get to put the thumbnail up until the weekend, and maybe I'll get to do it Saturday. No, I'm booked on Saturday. I got stuff to do. Maybe I'll get to do it on Sunday, which is not like my prime time for me to do stuff on Sunday. But I do think that everyone should get out and do a market, Reason being is when you get that vending experience, it helps you for when you glow up and grow up and start doing corporate events or any other type of events that you're going to do, right? It's a lot of work. You have to figure out, okay, how long does it take me to set up? It's great for getting photos, great for getting pictures, and for showing that, hey, that you can do this type of stuff, right? Also, it's great for you to figure out your setup, for you to get out there and for you to get that rush and that crowd coming at you, for you to figure out what's selling or what's not selling. You may go out there and companies do that, go and do markets when they're demoing products just to see what kind of feedback that they're going to get from the public, right? So let's say that you got a new design or new something that's out and you want to get out and you want to try to see, okay, does it sell? Is it hot? It's great for you to get out there to do markets because you get to meet customers from all walks of life, right? And so then you figure out, okay, you get to learn what works and what doesn't work. And every market isn't for everyone, right? And sometimes I think that people will go and they'll just do a market, right? But you haven't researched the market. I would always tell you guys, go out, look and see what's going on at that market before you sign up. If it's one that goes on like every week, go and check it out first and see what's being sold there. See, do you even fit in that mix, right? Because if I'm selling hip hop clothing, I'm not going to go to a vintage market. It doesn't make sense, right? Even if you're selling, let's say if you're at a vintage market, right, and you have t-shirts that you're selling, maybe you want to take your t-shirt designs and make them look vintage. Maybe you want to take your mugs and your tumblers and things that you're doing and do vintage themed products so that you fit within the theme of what's going on. Because if people are coming to a vintage market, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 they looking for vintage shit. If a person's going to a car show and I'm setting up at a car show, then pretty sure they're not looking for the religious shirts. They're looking for car show themed stuff, right? So you have to make sure that the places that you decide that you want to go to, that you're checking out, that you guys are compatible. I hope that makes sense. Just, my morning thoughts. But right now, so today I got to go in here and I have to pick up shirts because I did not get t-shirts ordered yesterday. I've got one order that is two. One order that I'm going to reprint. My nephew messed up an order and did not put the print. It's a little bit too far over. And so this customer is a great customer of mine. Probably could pass, but I'm not gonna risk it. And it's like a $2,000 order, and I'm gonna have to redo those shirts because I'm not gonna send them out. So we're gonna do that today. I've got another client that's a repeat client. Really just pushing those repeat clients, guys, and leaving time in my schedule to deal with repeat clients. That's how you know that you're starting to do something right. When you get a customer and you have completed the whole course of doing the job, and then you put them into your little hamster wheel of marketing, and you're marketing to them, and then they come back, and then they place another order, and then you marketing to them, and then they come back, and eventually you'll start to realize this person places an order every so many months. Those are the types of customers that you want. You want to find customers who you know, they have, let's say this company has an event every year at the same time. You don't want to just do the shirts that one year. You want to do the shirts every year. What other events do you guys have? So you got to ask the questions as you're talking to them. Hey, Miss So and so and so, yes, ma'am. We're gonna have that out at such and such time and date and da 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 da. Or maybe you pick up the phone after you have delivered an order because you know that you done did a damn good job, right? And you pick up the phone and you call them or you shoot them an email and you say, hey, I just want to take time to thank you so much for the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Just checking in, trying to make sure that everything was great, right? That gives you, when you do that by phone or by email, that gives you the opportunity to get the feedback, whether it be good or bad. Because sometimes people think I've done a great job and you done totally fucked up, right? And the customer did not think that it was so great. So if the customer did not think that it was so great, you need to know that. And a lot of times people don't reach out to customers after the job because they're like, I don't want to reach out to them because I don't want them to say nothing. I don't want to ask, is everything okay? Or because I don't want them to say nothing, right? I don't want it to be nothing, no bad news. But you have to get over that in business. And by doing that, that will help you in the back of your mind. That will help you make sure that you don't put out bullshit, right? You're not going to put out bullshit if you know that after I put out the bullshit, I've got to call this customer or send this email to this client and ask them, what do they think about the bullshit that I put out? You're not going to put out bullshit, right? Your employees are not going to put out bullshit. I just had a conversation with my son and my nephew and let them know, you have one more chance, one more time to put out bullshit over here in my place. Period. One more time to mess up. We've had this conversation, and once you start docking pay and people start realizing, hey, this ain't mama right here, this is the boss. See, when we at work, I can't be mama. I gotta be the boss. Once you tell I told my son, I said, oh no, we can't put this out. We can't put this out. If Adrian does not do his job and you're there and you're the printer and you're printing it, you have a responsibility to double check it because this is your mama's business. And so you have to make sure that anyone that's in my line, that's under me when I'm not around, you mean, right? And in order for everybody to eat and everybody's rent to be paid, we can't put out bullshit. And that's how I talk to my people. Just straight up. For us to be able to do good and everybody prosper and everybody grow, we can't put out garbage. So once you realize that, okay, now we got to be a step above, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps above, right? Because your name means something, because your brand means something to you, right? That is going to boost your business alone, because people are going to start saying, hey, I'm going to go over there to them because they putting out exceptional work. The shirts that we did, I could have put those shirts out and they would be C work. But Lady PB does not put out, we don't put out that type of work, right? And so sometimes when you eat shit, and it tastes nasty. When you eat shit, it tastes nasty, y'all. It's not a good taste. For me, eating shit is spending money. So when the mistakes happen, not only do I say something to them, but then I got to check my shit too, right? Because it's like, okay, so now you're sitting in here in the office. Did you or Ken go out there and check the work? Maybe you need to get up off your ass, Lady PB, and walk out here and double check. and make sure, because at a certain point they were supposed to bring this job in here for you to proof, and that didn't happen. So maybe I should have gotten up and went to go do it. Maybe because I know that you have not printed in a while, maybe I was supposed to have gotten up. Not maybe, I should have came back in and did retrained you, right? Because you can print. But everybody has a problem with placement from time to time, especially when they have not been printing for a while, especially when you're doing left chest prints and you're at a new machine, and now you got to figure out how this machine is set and things like that. So a lot of times, you know, as a boss, you can't just check the employees, you got to check your own shit too. But it just makes you a better printer, and it makes you understand, you know. And for me, it's not like just getting in their asses like that, right? I have serious talks with them and tell them, hey, I know that this is what you want to do, but this is what I need in order for us to be able to get to the next level. So, you know, think about that. Even with yourself, when you make mistakes, think about what you could have done better, how you can improve your customer experience. It's all about customer experience, y'all. One bad review will stick with you forever. When you do a good job, people are going to say, oh, this company did such a great job. If you just do an average job, let's say the print was good, but the customer service sucked, they're not going to say, they'll say, okay, yeah, I got my shirts, they did okay, but they're not going to, you know, recommend you. Let's say that you just did an average, your customer service was average, your job was average, you're not memorable. You have to be memorable. And you have, and let's say that you did a great job, and just this person just doesn't really buy shirts a lot, or whatever, right? You still have to put them in your little hamster wheel and go through the cycle and go through those 5 steps that I've talked about of reaching out to customers after the order, right? And putting them in rotation to advertise to them. And a lot of times, like I said, it's all about, you know, when I reach out to a customer and say, hey, just following up, making sure that everything was okay, wondering if you know, I'll follow up and I might say, I'm making sure that everything was okay, that the shirts were great. Thank you for the opportunity, right? And then let's say they're going to follow up. They're going to say, oh, thank you, LaTonna, the shirts were so awesome, da 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 da, right? They may go into, hey, we're having an event, blah blah blah, and that opens the door. If they don't, and they say thank you for, you know, thank you so much, da 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 da, right? You always come back with, hey, do you guys, you know, we offer, I just want you guys to know that we offer such and such and such, right? We offer these other services too. Then that way you bring in other things that you do, promotional items, whatever other services that you offer, right? It's a way for you to keep the conversation going, that you bring in other services. And then you wait. Let's say I may wait a few days. Normally I probably wait about a week, and then I'll send out a coupon for their next order. I always hit them with that money. Everybody loves to save money. I don't care if it's 5%. If you saving $25, baby, refer a friend, whatever it is. You know, depending on the package, if I'm selling you something that's $10,000, I'll give you $500 off of that to come back. Right? If I'm selling something that's $25, maybe it's buy 6 and get 1 free, or buy this and get this half price, something like that. You have to come up with your deals and your promotions. And a lot of this stuff, y'all, I learned in school. And then a lot of this stuff I learned from working markets, from working in the industry. And then once I started my own business, I just took these things and went with it. I sit up and I watch commercials. I love commercials. I watch commercials and I'm just sitting there. And when I'm watching commercials, I'm thinking, If something draws me into a commercial, what is it that piqued my interest? What drew me in? I get very deep with it, even to the colors that are on the TV screen, what's in the background, what the person looks like, what they're wearing, any type of brands or logos or anything that you see. Once you start to analyze those commercials and you start to see those, you see the hooks, right? You realize what the hook is, and you realize how they're drawing you in as a person that's sitting there as a consumer, or how they're marketing to you. Then you'll know what to do in your own business, right? How many times do y'all sit there and you, let's say maybe you Googled something, or maybe you saw something, you clicked on something, and then the next thing you know, you're seeing ads for that type of stuff, right? I just did a conference on that, and really, really nice conference that was hosted by Blue Yonder. Blue Yonder sells software. They are the people who, they're the people behind the scenes who's figuring out customer experiences and figuring out what you as a customer wants. They know your habits. They know your likes, what you don't like. They can predict when you're going to buy something in the future. So they predict buying power, right? I learned a lot. I learned a lot at that conference. And that's the other thing, guys. When you know better, you do better. When you get better customers and better clients, you're actually able to learn from your clients, right? They'll actually teach you shit. That part. They'll actually teach you things that will elevate you and take you to a whole nother level, and take you to a whole nother level of thinking. So when you change, you have to change your mindset in business and start getting like-minded people. I have a group called the Boss Collective over on Slack. I will put the link down here in the video after the video is over with. But you guys come join me over on my Slack channel. It's just a place where you can come in, you can ask questions. We just kind of talk on there, kind of have a general conversation. People can post things, stuff like that, just to where you're kind of in tune with somebody and you have someone to collab with. Not really collab, but somebody to, a shoulder to lean on. People that you could ask questions to, and it's a safe space. But anyways, I'm gonna get off of here and go in here and get dressed for the day and get my run-ins going on and get back here so that we can knock off the orders that we need to knock off today. I don't think that I'll be back on the channel today, but y'all have a good one. Bye bye.